US Ambassador Sergio Gor has formally assumed charge as the United States Ambassador to India and has underlined the importance of the India-US partnership. He has said that the next round of trade talks will be tomorrow. That's a big takeaway from all that he said. He's also gone on to say that India-US trade talks are set for the 13th of January and real friends can disagree but always resolve differences. Gor also goes on to say, hope to have the US President Donald Trump visit India in the next year or so.
The United States and India are bound not just by shared interest, but by a relationship anchored at the highest levels. Real friends can disagree, but always resolve their differences in the end. And what an incredible way to be back in this incredible nation as your next US ambassador. When President Trump asked me to come here, I was thrilled. I remember President Trump remembers his last visit here. I was with the president last week, and as we had dinner right after New Year's, he recounted his incredible experience visiting here and also his great friendship with the great Prime Minister of India, Prime Minister Modi.
All right, you just heard from the US Ambassador to India, Sergio Gor, who has just been appointed formally, and he has taken this moment to underline the importance of the India-US partnership, also suggesting that the US President Donald Trump could visit India in the near future. His comments coming at a time when there are tensions between the two countries over tariffs. Speaking after taking over his new role, Gor said the relationship between President Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi was built on a strong personal foundation. He also goes on to say that real friends can disagree, but they always resolve their differences in the end. What is he alluding to? What is he hinting at is the big question, because this comes at a time when you have the US President repeatedly comment on ties with India and his personal relationship with Prime Minister Modi. But this also comes at a time when the US has levied high tariffs against India. Sergio Gor, the man on your screens, is the new ambassador to India from the US, and he is the person who has just spoken out, stating that there are close ties between the two countries and there's no difference that cannot be resolved between India and the US. He's called India a vital strategic partner. And the ambassador said he arrived with profound respect and a clear mandate to deepen bilateral ties. How far can he go in his role is the big question, given that he is also stating that the trade talks will resume tomorrow and that in the future, there will be a visit in the near future by the US President Donald Trump. Those are the big takeaways from his interaction with the media after assuming the role of the US Ambassador to India. Vishnu Som brings you this report.
Statement to the Indian media, Sergio Gor, who's going to be taking over as America's ambassador to New Delhi, defined India's relationship with the United States. He said that this is the most consequential partnership of the century. And he also said that there is no partner more important for the United States than India. Now, these are important remarks and come at a time when we've seen a great deal of tension in the relationship between India and the United States. The key issue of trade is something which ambassador-designate Gor said is going to be referred to on a quick time basis. In fact, even tomorrow, some talks are expected. He did talk about the important relationship between Prime Minister Modi and the US President Donald Trump, and also went into several areas where America and India could cooperate more in the days and months ahead. As far as Trump is concerned, he seemed to indicate that he was hopeful that Donald Trump could visit India in the next year or two. But he also spoke about Pax Silica. Now, this is something that America has introduced approximately a month back. We've got partners like Japan who are involved. This is to ensure resilient supply chains of semiconductors, to look at high-tech areas including AI, and India will be invited to join as a full member. Sergio Gor is among the youngest American ambassadors to the United States. He's got a difficult task ahead as both sides look to right what has been a critical strategic relationship. Vishnu Som for NDTV.